What's up, everybody? Justin here, Break In Throttle Out. Today we're going to be putting a cold air intake on this baby 2021 Dodge Durango Hellcat. First we're going to remove the stock intake box, do some other prep work, get it ready for you. We'll continue the video from there. This is what we're going to be installing. We've got a K&N cold air intake. I like to get everything laid out. Of course, make sure you've got everything before you start tearing stuff apart. Make sure you've got all your proper tools. Set yourself up for success. Alright, this is the stock air box we're going to take off. We're going to remove the connector on the intake air temperature. We will take out the box. This solenoid right here. Once we get the box off, we're going to drill these holes out. I might have that in this video, I'm not sure, because we have to reinstall this unit back on to the new cold air intake system, the K&N. They have it kind of a little bit janky with the zip tie on there, you know, holding on the side, but I think we're probably going to do something a little bit different. So we're going to go ahead and take this off. I don't have somebody else to sit here and film. We'll pick it back up once that's open, back on the bench when we start putting things together. We'll do a quick little sound clip, see what she sounds like with the stock box. It's got a little bit of whine in there, not too much though. Alright, we've got the stock box out. Took, honestly, less than a minute. Took longer to turn the vehicle around than it did. What we're going to do here, we're going to remove these tree grommets, put them on this new box, y'all. This is what the system looks like, exposed. Not much room really. I mean, they pretty much pack this thing in here. Compared to the Challenger, there's a lot more room under the hood in the Challenger. This thing's really just smashed in here. Comparing the length of the hoods, this has got a little snub nose hood. Engine compartment's tiny. Got these grommets installed into the new heat shield. Alright, we've got the new heat shield in. Sits on those 3 grommets we had to switch over. You put them in, just push down on these grommets, goes down pretty easy. There is a sizable gap down here that the stock bottom shroud, this would be this section right here, covered a lot more, you know, it fit a lot tighter in there. The whole point is to block as much hot air as possible, so we'll probably end up taking this system back out, adjusting it, adding some things like to put stuff together, and then end up modifying them later, if you can see in this light. But there's another pretty large gap down here in the front. Next thing we're going to do is remove this intake air temperature sensor. You can see inside this intake tube, sticks down in there. What you do not want to do is touch the end of that sensor. Don't touch it. There's a little metal prong right here. We're going to lift this up. We're going to twist it like that, take it out, set it down on a clean napkin. Alright, the instructions provided from K&N says to drill these out. Basically just some melted plastic inside these holes. I took a sharp scraper, popped them right off. The whole unit comes right out. Da-da. Alright, on first mock up, we've got the intake tube just in there snug on the heat shield. And I mean, for one, you can see massive gaps through here, but we'll get some gasket, throw that around there later. That's gonna be one of those mods, you know, like I said, put stuff together, we'll figure out how to make it better, put it back together. But for right now, look at this transition. You know, I don't know what's going on here, but we're gonna have to modify some things to get this guy to line up right. It's quite a bit off. It's like the whole unit needs to sit down another 1.5 inches. All right, we got the cold air intake installed. Fix that alignment issue. Goes in there, not too bad. Still some things to fix, some air gaps in there, but we'll run it, see how it does. Just so happen the owner of this pretty vehicle is here.
No
She's
video,
gonna fire it up, and we'll see what the new sound sounds like. Give it a little rev, see what it does. Ooh! Ooh! Oh my goodness! Do it one more time. Woo-wee, boy, that Hawaiian! Dango, dango, dango! Oh! Alright, almost forgot to show you guys here. So there's a couple different makers of a cold air intake system. We searched around, we could only find a couple. This thing, you know, being a brand new model and not many made, it's really hard to find some aftermarket parts. So anybody out there, start making some stuff, because people that buy these things want to do things to them. But so I think there's a JLT lake maker might have a version, K&N's version, so I will show you here. They were the only ones that actually came up, you know, with some actual dyno readings here. This does say Trackhawk, but it's the same motor, you know, so anybody with common sense knows that the thing will transfer over. But that's pretty good gains, man. 51 horsepower, 29.3 pounds of torque. That's some fat gains. You know, we already heard right here the sound, so a lot of people, that sound alone is worth a few $100 for that cold air intake system, because we all know you put these things on here, you're actually going to be running a little bit hotter. You know, they're going to have some higher IATs for sure. But like I say, the sound, all that, you do get a little bit of torque. That's where we want it off the line anyways, though, right?